Hello from everyone at Fieldhouse Equestrian Centre. So the next Pony Club badge that we are going to do is the Poisonous Plants badge. Now this is suitable for minis and for the older members too, as there are two separate badges for it. Now to help you to achieve this badge, what we're going to do on this video is we're going to have a little walk around the farm and we're going to have a look for some of the poisonous plants that you can get and help you to identify them, to see what they look like and to see what harm they might do if your horse was to eat them. Okay, so the first poisonous plant that we've found is actually an oak tree. We actually have quite a large number of oak trees on our farm, and they are the second most common English tree that you can get. Now we'll go into the field and we've got another tree here too. And the leaves and the acorns can be poisonous to your horses or cause allergies for them. And if we have a little look down, we'll have a look in a second at the shape of a leaf, which is the easiest way to identify the different types of trees. So this is what an oak leaf looks like. So these are acorns, which can be poisonous to horses if eaten in excess. They fall off the trees around autumn time, and they would often make your horse have colic-like symptoms or give them diarrhea. The next type of tree that we've found that is poisonous, and it is much more poisonous to horses than oak trees, is the sycamore tree that we can see here in a small wooded area that we have where we don't really keep the horses. Now we'll have again another look at the leaf because that's a good way to identify the tree. And you can see that this has 5 lobed leaves and it's got an almost reddy coloured stalk, which again is what makes it a little bit easier for us to identify the type of tree that it is. Now the part of this that is poisonous are actually the flowers that come off and they make into these little helicopters, so like the sycamore seeds, and these fall at the autumn. And if your horse eats these, they are very poisonous and can kill your horse in a very short period of time. Now the next poisonous plant that we've found is very distinctive, very easy to identify, and this is foxglove, and it's got these pink bell-shaped flowers on it, and it can grow up to about a metre and a half tall. It's very prevalent this year. There's a lot of it about. It tends to grow around the sides of the field and it doesn't taste very nice. Your horses won't often eat it when it's fresh, but if it's cut in the hay, then they might. Okay, now the next poisonous plant we're going to look for is the one most of you have probably heard of, and it's ragwort. Now there's none in our field, but if we go into the field next door, you can see the yellow flower there over the top, and it grows into these little yellow rosettes that are quite easy to spot. And again, it's quite poisonous to your horse. It damages their liver, even if they eat just very small quantities. The only way to get rid of this is to dig it up from the roots. So you get what we call a rag fork, and we can dig it up and then we need to burn it as well. Okay, so the last poisonous plant that we're going to look at is the buttercup, this pretty yellow flower that most of you will recognise. It grows in most grass fields and a small amount is okay. It's when we get a field that's got very large quantities in it that it can prove to be a little more poisonous to your horse. It can cause irritation when your horse rubs on it to eat though, and it can irritate their muzzle and also their lower limbs. Okay, so we've just looked there at a small selection of poisonous plants. There are many more. There are a lot that grow in gardens as well. So if your field backs onto a garden, then you would need to check in the garden too for poisonous plants. So things like yew, rhododendron, privet. In the wild, we get deadly nightshade and bracken as well. So there are a lot more than what we've covered here. I will email everybody what you need to do to get your badge. Okay, so what I want you to do the poisonous plants badge, if you're a mini member, so if you are 8 years and under, you need to make me a poster and either draw or copy off the computer or take a photograph of 4 poisonous plants. I'd also like you to go out for a walk with your parents and see if you can find some poisonous plants as well. Don't pick them up because remember they are poisonous to us, a lot of them as well. Older members, if you want to get the bigger badge, you also need to do a poster the same. But I will also send a worksheet out by email. If you don't receive it, then let me know, and you will need to fill in the worksheet and return that to me as well to get your big badge.